Hey folks, hey, this is Wesley Virgin here. Welcome to another Millionaire Midnight rant. I know I haven't been live in a week, as all of you are aware. Been in Dominican Republic for the last week, just recharging, taking care of some business as well. But I am back with you with another podcast here. And remember, you can get access to my podcast. Just go to google.com, type in Wesley Virgin podcast. I have over 400 different episodes for you to condition your mind for success, for you to absorb and to assimilate new beliefs, new solutions, and resources to allow you to be a wealthy individual here. But tonight, real quickly here, I want to talk about being uncomfortable. And I want to be transparent with you tonight, if you don't mind. I'm uncomfortable. Right now, I am. The reason is, even though I was on vacation, I'm sick right now. I have a little common cold. And I just drank some NyQuil. So I'm half asleep right now. And I was thinking, while I was laying in my comfortable bed here, that I wasn't going to go live, honestly. Even though I'm back in Houston now, I'm back home, and I wasn't going to go live. But I thought to myself, I said, well, Wes, this would be a great example or a great opportunity to go live even though you don't feel like going live. I don't think you guys got that. Let me say it again. I said, Wes, this is a great opportunity for you to go live even though you don't feel like going live here. And the point is this, that whatever you're working on, whatever your dream is, whatever you're striving for, whatever you desperately want to have a part of your life, if you're not willing to be uncomfortable, if you don't realize that there are going to be days and times when you don't want to do the thing, whatever the thing is, it could be exercising, it could be working sedulously in your business, hours and hours. It could be telling someone you're sorry. Right? If you're not willing to be uncomfortable and to continue to persevere and to repudiate the feeling of not doing, success or any type of worthwhile achievements would never take place in your life. A lot of you right now, you're listening to me here. I know some of you are excited because you haven't heard me in a while. And, you could be in your bed right now if you're listening to me live right now on my IG account. Some of you are getting ready to go to work. Some of you are preparing yourself for the next day. Some of you are working. Some of you are creating content. Some of you are getting ready to launch a product. Some of you are on the internet researching how to make money. Some of you are reading a book. Some of you probably were meditating. But I want you to know something from the top of my heart here. If you're not willing, keyword, type that word below for me. If you're not willing to be uncomfortable, if you're not willing to do the things that most people won't do, you'll never have the life that a few people have. Does that make sense? Like, I had to be willing to do this, even though I'm sleepy right now. I had to be willing to go live here tonight, even though I can barely breathe. I had to be willing to do this even though I'm congested right now. I had to be willing to do this even though I just got off a 4-hour flight. I had to be willing to do it. To have the will to do something is to repudiate how I feel. I want you to realize something, that there are going to be many and several times that you're going to have to reject how you feel. Like tomorrow morning, you may wake up, you might feel like you don't want to do anything. You may wake up, you may feel depressed. You may feel down. You may feel hurt. You may feel emotional. You may feel exhausted. You may feel tired. You may feel stressed out. You may feel full of anxiety. But regardless how you feel, you must learn to perform. Does that make sense, ladies and gentlemen? Regardless how you feel. Because life doesn't care about that. Some of you are real good people. I know you are. Some of you are nice people. You're good people. You do everything right. You do right by people. You contribute to the world. You help people. But riches and money doesn't care about morality. They don't care if you're good. You can be a good woman, a good man, a good husband, a good wife. Life doesn't care about that as for success. Life will reward you based off your performance and your results. However, you must be willing to perform when you feel uncomfortable, when you feel that it's too much, when you feel stressed, when you feel it's not going to work, when you feel that you've been doing it for 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years. You must conjure up a new feeling inside of your body, inside your mind, that you will persevere. Does that make sense? I want everybody to type this down below. If you're listening to my voice, please type this. I must be comfortable with the uncomfortable. Type that down below, please, if you're listening to me. Now, if you're driving a car, don't do it. Pull over real quickly here. I must be comfortable with the uncomfortable. I have several uncomfortable moments in my life before I built this empire called Virgin Media. Picture this, I'm 29, 30 years old, on the air mattress, bad credit, bills up to my neck. Father. I was uncomfortable, jobless. But I had a dream. Were there days that I felt that it wasn't going to work? Absolutely. Were there days that I thought about quitting? Yes, I thought about it, but I didn't do it. I didn't quit. Because I realized I had to be comfortable with the uncomfortable. You know, the best analogy I can give you is, it's like working out, going to the gym. How many of you work out? Be honest. How many of you go to the gym? And don't lie to me now, okay? So I want you to remember the last time you went to the gym. When does your body experience the most growth? When you're comfortable? Or when you're in pain? When do you see the results? You start to see the definition. You start to see the abs. All right? Ladies, you start to see that booty pop a little bit. Them thighs get a little thicker and a little slimmer. Men, the chest get broad. The back, the wings start to develop. Growth can only come from uncomfortable experiences. Okay, write that down. And I'm not just talking about growth in the gym, growth in your business, growth in your relationships, and growth in the relationships with yourself. Growth can only play a part in your life until you're willing. Come at the word willing, please, again. It's a powerful word because most people don't have willpower. You got to be willing to be uncomfortable or comfortable with the uncomfortable. Willing, consciously, knowing that it's going to fucking hurt. Knowing, like when you go to the gym, you already know you're going to be in pain. You already know you're going to sweat. You already know you're going to be breathing hard. When you start the company, you already know it's going to be tough. You know it's going to be days and times that you're not going to understand what you're doing. It's going to be times that you're going to invest money and you're not going to make any money. Times you're going to be uncertain and confused about what you're doing to get you to where you want to be. You got to be willing to do that. Now, you think to yourself, you think about it. When you think deeply about that, you're like, man, who's willing to be uncomfortable? Like, who's willing to fail? Like, everybody knows that any business, most people that start their first business, it fails. How many people do you know are willing to fail? Because almost 99% of entrepreneurs will fail their first year in business. It's not that many entrepreneurs that the first business, the first thing that they do, they become very successful at it. Okay? So it takes a very interesting person to begin something and to be willing to fail. But I want you to realize something. Listen, if you want to be a part of the 1%, you got to be willing to fail. You got to be willing to be uncomfortable. You have to be very willing to absorb stress for moments. It's one thing about stress. Business owners are successful people. The ones who are able to sustain and handle the most stress are usually the ones that are more successful. I hear people all the time, whether it's people that work at a job or people that have a business, they're always complaining and bitching about how stressed they are. This is too much. I'm just so stressed out. I'm so stressed out. I need a drink. I need a drink. I need this. I need a drink. I need that. I'm just so stressed. And let me tell you something, those people, they're going to have a very difficult time reaching their potential. Because leaders, listen, leaders, they can take it. Leaders can handle highly stressful moments. Okay? So my question to you is, are you willing to do the things that most people won't do to have the life that most people won't have? Let me say it again. I'm talking to you. Are you willing to do the things that most people won't do to have the life that most people want to have? You know, something to think about, right? Everybody wants that status quo, the good life. Everybody wants it. You know what the good life is? The good life is when you could do what the fuck you want to do, when you could do what the fuck you want to do, when the fuck you want to do it with who the fuck you want to do it with. That's the good life. Good life is doing what you want to do whenever you want to do it. How many people, how many men and women do you think every morning get an opportunity to do what they want to do? Most of you, tomorrow morning, you got to get up and work a job. And you can say, well, I love my job, Wes. But I'm pretty sure you can think of something else more creative or something else that you would rather do than go punch a clock or stay at a place for 8 to 9 to 12 hours. Right? What I want you to understand is, young people, is that, and this is my whole mission, it's my mission statement, my purpose. I just want you to understand that you can have it. You can have what you want. You can fulfill your desires. Like if I can do it, like me. If Wesley Virgin, who grew up on the south side of Houston, Texas, Sunnyside area, you know, in the hood, not the hood, but the hood, average, parents, pastors of a church, never earned more than $20,000, $30,000 a year. My father didn't have a job. He was just a pastor full time. But he didn't make any money as a pastor, not a lot. My mom made $9 an hour for 30 years as a unit clerk at a hospital here in Houston, Texas. I didn't have all the nice things. I didn't get any nice things, any nice clothes. I had food to eat. I had a place to lay my head. That's about it. We were broke. We were average. We were just getting by. And now I'm worth $40 million. Now I have every dream car I've ever wanted. I stay in a beautiful penthouse that I love, the life. Retire my parents. Allow my sibling to become wealthy as well. I have 3 beautiful children who are doing extremely well. All their colleges are paid for. Able to bless my children with brand new cars. I don't have to give them a used car, brand new. I've traveled to over 40 countries. I've been around the world. I've traveled everywhere. I've wrote a book. I've created a variety of programs on the internet helping others win and become successful as well. But I want you to remember where I started. I started with nothing. Just like you. There's not much different from you and I. How many of you right now started from nothing? Be honest. Comment below if you started from nothing. Comment below if your parents have a 9-to-5 job. Comment below if your parents continually reiterated how money don't grow on trees. Comment below if your parents were always had challenges when it came to the finances. Comment below. Comment below if you heard the words, I can't afford that. We can't afford that. That's too much money. That's a waste of money. Comment below if you heard those words, because I did. Comment below if you had people in your life that said, you'll never buy that. You'll never make $1 million. You'll never have a Lamborghini. You'll never pay that much per month for a home, for a house, for an apartment, for a pen. You'll never travel around the world. You'll never buy a first class. No. How many of you ever heard that from the people that you love? All of us. All of us have heard that. You're not good enough. You're not smart enough. You keep making mistakes. Why do you keep jumping in from this opportunity to that opportunity? Why do you keep following all these people on the internet, listening to all that bullshit, all that self-development stuff? Why do you keep reading these books? Why do you keep talking about you're going to make $1 million? Why do you keep going to the Lamborghini dealership you don't even have a car? Why do you keep going to these gated communities, walking around these homes, and you can't even pay your apartment every single month? Why? Stop wasting your time. Go get a job. Make something of yourself. Get your head out the clouds. How many of you have ever heard that? I did. But they didn't believe in us. They didn't believe in us. But you know who believed? God did. I had to do it, folks. Come on, I had to. It was just a perfect. It fit. God, you know who believed in me? I did. Yes, God believes in you, but I want you to understand that you got to believe in yourself. I believed in myself. That's all it took. I didn't need anybody to believe in me. I didn't need my parents to believe in me. I didn't need brothers to believe in me. I didn't need my children to believe in me. I didn't need God to believe. I needed me to believe in myself. I didn't need the professor, the pastor, the teacher, the mentor. I didn't need none of those characters to believe in me to do what I'm currently doing. I had to believe in myself. Okay? And that's where you at. That's exactly where you are. Many of you who are not making any progress, many of you who are not fulfilling your potential. Last month I did 7 figures. I'm not trying to brag here, but the only reason why I did 7 figures last month is because I demand success. I demand progress in my life. I demand it. You don't demand it. That's why you're not making 5 figures a month. Some of you are not even making 4 figures a month. Because you don't demand progress from yourself. Some of you are still in the same shitty life that you were 5 years ago. Bank account still the same. Car still the same. Apartment still the same. House still the same. Significant other still the same. Same problems. Same challenges. Talking about it's going to get better. It'll be fine. It's not going to be fucking fine. And it's not going to get better until you get better. Okay? I just demand progress from myself. Listen, let me get up a little bit here. Listen, I'm willing to do whatever it takes for me to reach my personal goals. If I can't have sex with a woman, I won't have sex with women. If I ain't going out on dates, I ain't going out on dates. If I'm going to have women I'm not doing that. If I don't need to go to the club, I ain't doing that. Drinking, no, I'm not doing it. Smoke, no, I'm not doing anything that's going to debilitate me or move me away from who I want to become. It don't matter to me. If I can't talk to my parents, fine with me. If I can't hang out with friends, fine with me. If I can't do all the things that give me pleasure in life, fine with me. See, that's the difference between you and I. That's just the difference. I just demand, you know, in my company, I run a large company, about 70 plus people. Some people work directly for me. Some people work as contractors. And some people think or believe that I'm a tyrant. Wesley, you're a tyrant. You're just a tyrant. And it's not like I'm a tyrant. It's just the people that work for me, I demand progress from them. Like I demand it. And you know why I demand it? Because every individual that works for me, they want progress. Do you think people that work for me want to be exactly where they are today? No. They want more money. They want more opportunities. They want more options in life. They want to be able to do great things for their family. All of them. So sometimes I can come off a little aggressive. I can come off very, very strong because I'm teaching them to demand the same progress I want from them. I want them to demand it from themselves, which means you just can't be casual about life. Some of you are so casual about your life that you end up a casualty. See, a casualty is a person that just cries and whines and complains and makes fucking excuses about why they are who they are today. That's a casualty. Victim. Well, I did my best. Well, I'm trying. Well, I don't know what to do. Well, I just can't get this. Well, I don't know. I don't know why. I'm just stuck. That's a fucking casualty. And that's a lot of you, by the way. Do you not realize how easy and simple it is to complain, whine, and make excuses on why you're in the situation that you currently are? Too easy. Right? Everybody on here should be at least at 6 figures per month. Listen, how many of you have already purchased my Genie Script course? I'm curious. How many of you are a customer or a member of the Genie Script family? Comment below. Say yes or yes, Wes, I am a member of the Genie Script family. I want to know. Comment below right now. If you have purchased the Genie Script, if you don't know what it is, Google it. Okay? Everybody that says me and I have should be earning over 6 figures per year in this moment, unless you started today or in the first month. All of you. I've had people who have bought my course and say, I love your course, and I bought it 2 years ago, but I got busy, but I need to go back to it. What does that say about you? What that says is you wasn't willing to be uncomfortable. You allowed something external from you to stop you or put a pause on what you were supposed to be and what you were supposed to become. I'm giving you the tools. I'm giving you the resources. Okay? There's no Genie Script member on this rant right now that have been using that program for 6 months to a year that is not earning 6 figures per year. It's impossible if you're actually utilizing the course. But everybody here who have bought it and have had it for a while, the only thing you have is a fucking excuse. And I'm going to be honest with you. I hate people who make fucking excuses. I just can't stand it. Because, when people buy my program, I force them and compel them to tell me that they're committed. They even write it down. They give them homework. They say, I'm committed to it, Wes. I'm committed. Do you understand what a commitment is? Many of you, men and women, don't even realize what a fucking commitment is. You don't even know what it is. You say it out of your fucking mouth, I'm committed. I'm committed. Do you understand what the word commitment means? Do I need to define it for you? Do I need to break it down in layman's terms what a commitment is? A commitment means I'm going to do it or die. Period. Whatever the thing is. When you say I'm committed to the process, to the business, to the opportunity, to the meditations, to the self-work, to the self-development, what it means is I'm going to do this thing or die. That's a commitment. Because obviously I need to define it for you. And many of you, you're just unwilling to commit. Okay? And let me tell you something. If you're unwilling to commit, that's okay. Just don't say that you are willing to commit. I would rather you say, you know, Wes, I'm just not willing to commit right now. Wes, right now, I just don't have what it takes right now. Wes, there's just so many things that's going on in my life right now, I just can't do it. I'd rather you tell me that. I'd rather you be honest with me instead of telling me that you're committed to it, that you're committed to using the genius script, that you're committed to meditation, that you're committed to the self-development, that you're committed to be uncomfortable, that you're committed to sacrificing, that you're committed to separating from certain people in your life, that you're committed to removing vices and debilitations from your existence right now in this moment, that you're willing to put yourself in tunnel vision and just building a fortress around yourself and mastering yourself, mastering your emotions, your communication skills, and just mastering yourself to evolve into the person that you're supposed to be. I'd rather you be honest with me. I didn't want to keep you long here tonight. If you got value, comment the word value tonight. If this message resonated with you, let me know in the comments below. And I know many of you feel that it did resonate with you. I know some of you are really thinking deeply about the uncomfortable feeling that you're trying to avoid, that you realize and that you need to embrace. Many of you right now, I can feel that you're saying to yourself, you know what, he's right. I need to embrace this because the feeling is very uncomfortable. You know, investing money and not making money, investing money and having no return on investment, it's uncomfortable. You know, trying for 5 and 10 years to make money and, you know, you want to just to take care of your family and just give your family the opportunities that they deserve. I get it. You got some men over here that are just crying because they're older. They're getting 30, 40, 50 years old, crying and just so disgusted with themselves because they can't keep their penis in their pants. They can't stay focused because they can't avoid the distraction of the female gender. You got some men over here that are single fathers and can't take care of their children properly, and the baby mama's breathing down their necks. And they just feel so stressed out and so overwhelmed that the only thing they can do to calm down is to smoke weed or drink something. You got women on here, women that just really want to change the generational curse. Women that really want to evolve and create something that their parents, their mom or their father would be proud of them. You got women over here who have taken risk and who are sacrificing and leaving their jobs and working and trying to build a company and trying to operate in the business sector where men in a dominated male space, and their parents are worried about them. Women, parents are worried about them. What are you doing? Just get a job. And let me tell you something, I commend you women who are boldly, courageously fighting for what's yours. You got couples on here that are together every day fighting for something for their family. Couples who are working together like a cacophony of success, working together to create something beautiful for their family, for their children, for their immediate family. Encouraging each other, pushing each other through the tough moments of business, tough moments of the challenges and the heartaches and the vicissitudes and adversities as they build the business and as life is throwing daggers and painful moments and exhaustive moments on a daily basis, year after year. I know you're listening. And I want to share some with you, all of you. To the father, to the man, even the single man, even the young man, to the single mother, and even the young lady who's not married with no kids, and to the couple. Don't give up. Don't give up. Whatever you do, or whatever you don't do, don't ever stop. Make me that promise, please. Because sometimes when you feel it the worst, sometimes when you feel that you're in a dark hole, that you're drowning, when your neck or your head is right above water, it's when your blessings or your success or that unique opportunity will change your life. And I know that because it happened to me. At the age of 34, everything was going very horrific for me. I had lost 2 great partnerships. I was on the verge of losing my apartment and my home. And my car. I was backed up on child support. I had a chargeback from a credit card that I was using to live. But I didn't stop. And within 12 months, my bank account had less than $1,000 in it. And within 12 months, I made $1 million. It's almost like when everything got so bad, it was the worst situation I can describe to you. It's almost indescribable what took place in my early 30s because of the sacrifices. Like I sacrificed so much to be the man that I am today. And sometimes it's very hard to communicate that to people. They don't get it because they see you now and they think it's just easy and they think you can just, I can just touch them or something. All of a sudden they're going to make a ton of money or I'm going to change their lives. But people just don't realize the sacrifice and how I had to endure and build this confidence and this astuteness and this fortitude within myself to be the man that I am here today. But when it got worse, when I say it got ugly in my early 30s. But I didn't stop and I didn't quit. And I made my first million at 35. And I don't know when you're going to make your first million. I don't know when you're going to make your first six figures. I don't know when you're going to quit your job. I don't know when you're going to say enough is enough. I don't know when you're going to take a bold leap toward your dream, your purpose, or whatever you're supposed to do on this planet. But I'm going to say this to you. Don't ever quit. Don't ever stop. Don't ever give up. Ignore the naysayers. Ignore what people say. Put yourself in a fortress or in a bastion of hope, a bastion of faith, and keep moving forward. Did you get value here tonight? Comment the word value if you got value here. How many of you starting tomorrow are going to be willing to put yourself in uncomfortable situations? Situations that you already know that you have to do. Some of you already know right now there are certain people in your phone that you need to delete. Some of you right now know there are certain people on your Instagram that you need to unfollow. Some of you right now know there are certain apps on your phone that you need to delete and remove. Some of you know right now there are certain friends and families that you need to distance yourself from. It's uncomfortable. And it's quite emotional. But listen, it's fucking worth it. You hear me? It's going to be worth it. Okay? Damn, I got goosebumps right now. Like everything that I've done in my past, it was worth it. Everything. It was worth it. And I want you to know that it's worth it. And I want you to know that I love you. Do you hear me? I love you. I care about you. Even though I don't know you. Some of you I do know personally, but most of you I don't. But I love you because you have not given up. I love you because I can identify and I can resonate with how you feel in this moment. I know some of you are in tears right now because it's almost impossible for you to think about anything that relates to prosperity when you're swimming and drowning in the ocean of your misery. I get it. And I want you to know something. I believe in you. I believe in you. Some of you have nobody in your life that believes in you. Listen, I believe in you. I know you're going to do it. You will do it. And you're going to do it when you choose to do it. You will do it when you decide to do it. Any questions for me, please? Okay. Any questions here? I feel so much better now talking to you. Wow, I was sick, but I believe I'm 100% right now. I'm feeling good. I'm awake right now. I have energy and power, and I feel just grateful and excited because I got the opportunity to speak with you. I missed you so much, by the way. I did. I always miss all of you when I don't do these rants. I miss you to life, even though when I was having a good time with my best friend in Dominican, I'm thinking about you. I'm always thinking about you and what you're doing. I'm thinking about the progress that you're making. I'm thinking about the business that you're starting. I'm thinking about the books that you're reading, the meditations. I'm thinking about you always. So I've missed you so much. And I'm glad to have the opportunity to come back with you, to be able to serve you, because this is my purpose. How was vacation? It was absolutely phenomenal. Yeah, folks, if you want access to the Genie Script, just go to my Instagram page, Wesley Virgin. In the bio, click the link, and it will give you the opportunity to purchase the Genie Script right now, tonight. Just go to my bio, okay, at Wesley Virgin, and you'll be able to see the link, click it, and it will give you access to the script, okay? What's the next here? I miss your rants, but I listen to you at least 2 hours a day. Oh, wow. Thank you so much, Hannigan. Keep listening. Questions for me? Questions here. And thank you for the shares and the likes. You know, the podcast, we're like #1 in the world in the self-development space. So I do appreciate all the reviews. I got so many positive reviews on Apple Podcasts and on Spotify. So thank you for leaving reviews. I do appreciate that as well. And many of you are listening to it every day. We're getting hundreds of thousands of downloads a day. I'm just so grateful to have the opportunity to share my experience and my message and my philosophy with the world, because I just want people to win. And you have to define what winning is for you. But I want you to feel good about what you're doing. I want you to make progress. I want you to fulfill your God-given dream. And I want you to become an older man or older woman and think back on your life and think about all the things you have done. Have stories to tell others, to inspire others of the things that you don't regret, but the things that you put forth. Okay? What's next here? Hey, Natalie, how are you? Any more questions for me, folks? You are my #1, Wes. Thank you. Welcome back from eating good food out there. I'm going to be honest. The food out there was, well, at the resort, it was disgusting. I'm sorry to say. It just was not good. But outside the resort, it was yummy. Okay? You sleepy? I am sleepy. I just need to get some rest, just partially here. Drink some lemon and some lime and peel it back and boil it. Zava, I don't cook. Girl, come on now. And by the way, I'm looking for a chef. So if it's any Houston chefs out there, my chef, she had a great opportunity to leave to go do some work outside of the state here. So I'm looking for a new chef because Wesley Virgin, I don't cook, I don't boil, okay, I don't grill, but I do eat. So I am looking for another cook. Questions here? Thank you, Madam Queen. Miss you as well. Let's see what's next here. Wes, you were putting in work with that shotgun. Yeah, so if you look at my Instagram, I was shooting a shotgun. We were doing some clay shooting out there. It was phenomenal. It was fun. First time doing that. It was fun. Wada, she says she loved cooking. Well, come cook me something then. Come over. I'm in the insurance field. Do you have any tips on getting leads or attracting the right people? Yeah, if you're in the insurance field, I suggest you create a landing page. Right, you can go to Fiverr.com and get somebody to create that for you. It's your landing page. And on the landing page, make sure you put a field for name and email address. So if you start collecting the emails and names, and you're going to run Facebook ads, I would do Facebook ads, run Facebook ads to the landing page. Like the landing page, I don't know what type of insurance that you sell, but say if I sell car insurance, I could say something like, free car insurance when you leave your name and email. Yeah, it's not free, but free could be free month, free day, whatever, right? But the key is to collect the names, right? And those are your leads. Just give you an example there. Did that make sense, Natalie? Let me see here. Thank you, Lotus. And by the way, I'm so sorry. Can I give you guys a shout out? Can everybody comment their name below? I want to give you a shout out. You know, this is real. This is live. And I do look at the comments. So if you don't mind, can I address you? Can I just show you some love and just say your name so you know that I do see you? Because I want you to know that you're important to me. You know, you're very significant to me. And go ahead and leave your name below. Hey, George, how are you, man? Welcome to the rant. Hey, Elay, COC, Avery from Atlanta, Georgia. Hey, Olga, how are you? Marvin from St. Louis. Princess Diana is in the house. We have Jessica here. Cornelius Japa. Sharice, Blanche, London. Trey Fort from Fort Worth, Texas here. Okay, hey, man. Karina, how are you? Melly, Jessica H. Natalie Rodriguez, a.k.a. Greatness. I love it. Denasia, how are you? Nolan, Beverly, Washington. Logan P., how are you, sir? Jay, Bernita from Illinois. We have Karina from Austin, from England. Oh, Karina Austin from England. Wow, okay. Hey, Deetra, how are you? We have Terry, Pendroza. Hey, Selena, how are you? Eileen, Versatility. We have She's Original. How are you? Tiffany from New Jersey. How are you? How are you? How are you feeling? I love it. Abby, how are you? All right, ladies and gentlemen, if there aren't any more questions here, I'm going to go ahead and let you go here, and you can always listen to this podcast. This will be uploaded to my podcast. All you need to do is go to Wesley Virgin, Wesley $1 Billion Virgin Podcast in Google, and you will have access to the podcast. You can go to your iPhone. You can go to Apple Podcasts, the app on your iPhone, type in Wesley Virgin, and I will pop up, and it's free. That's the great thing about it. It's free to access on Spotify as well. And if you want access to my course, just go to buythegeniusscript.com or saythescript.com, and you'll get media access for that as well. Are you serious about me coming to cook for you? I swear I will book a flight to Texas right now. I love it, Wyatt. I love it. Soon. Charmin, how are you? Great night, folks. I love you. And remember, in life, you don't get what you want out of life. You get what you picture. Picture the life that you want daily until that life becomes your reality. Much love.